Hey, what's going on? It's your boy BT, and I came here to talk some boxing with the thousands of True School Sports subscribers. What's going on, guys? Now, in the latest development between Errol Spence and Kell Brook, listen, man, I love Kell Brook. I think he's a great fighter. I think, unless your name is Manny Pacquiao, you don't have a chance of beating this guy if you're a welterweight. I don't think there's any. I truly don't believe that there's any welterweight on this planet that can beat Kell Brook besides Manny Pacquiao. That's just my own overall opinion. But there are some good fights out there for him. But as far as Kell Brook, I like him. I think he's a hell of a talent. I think if he stays at 147, he'll beat anybody he fights. And I think if he goes up to 154, he'd be a hell of a force up there. But with that being said, it's getting ridiculously hard to defend him with what he's been saying now in regards to Errol Spence. I'm going to read you the quote, and we will dissect from there. He said, I quote, "I think everybody knows I can fight. I'm a world champion. I'm one of the names in world boxing. I want all the fans in world boxing to want me and Amir Khan fight, but put it to rest. Amir has nowhere else to go. You tell me, who do you want me to fight next? Fight Khan, fight Spence, fight Thurman, or Garcia. Who? That's why I want to give that fight to. I'm struggling to make 147. Khan wants to drag me down to 147. I'm willing to sit down. I'm willing to sit down at 147 for the big money fights. I'm willing to come back down. His ego is too big. I'm going to listen to my team around me. If I'm going to make 147 again and I'm going to come back down, it's got to be worth my while money-wise. It's got to be worth my while excitement-wise, as in Manny Pacquiao, as in with Khan and Keith Thurman or Garcia, those kinds of fighters. Spence is a very good fighter. Spence is my mandatory. People don't know who this guy is. I don't want to give that title up. I'm in a situation where I've got to ask myself, what are you going to do now? If you can't make these other fights, you got to fight the Spence kid. That's where you got to be," said Brook. Now, let me say this. As far as Kell Brook saying that people don't know who Errol Spence is, now look, I understand he's not a name like Pacquiao, Thurman, Garcia. He's not, name-wise, he's not on that level. But if you follow boxing, if you follow the world of boxing, especially the welterweight division, you sure as hell know who Errol Spence is. So I can't agree with what he's saying there. If you can't fight any of those guys, because I understand this is a business and you're trying to get your big money fights, unless the plan is to go to 154, if you don't stay at 147 and fight this guy, who is your mandatory, I feel you should. I feel like if he's gonna fight at 147, this should be his last fight, then move up. He needs to fight Errol Spence. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Now, do I think he'll beat Errol Spence? Easily. I think he goes in there and he pieces dude up, to be honest with you. Errol Spence never fought a Kell Brook. But clearly there's something probably that maybe I don't know about Kell or what's going on with the situation, because look, the guy skill-wise is better than Errol Spence. Stamina-wise better than Errol Spence. He's a complete fighter. And it just makes no sense to me. I understand it's a business, and you're looking at, you're trying to look for the big names. He's fought so many bums, Bazir, Jojo Dan, but that's what I'm saying. You fought your mandatories and got criticized for it. So now, when it's time to fight a mandatory that you won't get criticized for, that people want to see you fight, why aren't you taking it? All right, why go through the whole process of trying to get the Amir Khan fight? Amir Khan is not interested in fighting Kell Brook because Amir Khan will get sparked. He knows that. You know that. Eddie Hearn knows that. His trainer Virgil Hunter knows that. The whole boxing world. If you know anything about boxing, you know Amir Khan will get sparked by Kell Brook at this moment in time. So, with that being said, yeah, that'd make a lot of money for him, and if he can get it, great. That's the fight I've always wanted to see. But it really, to me, the expiration date of that fight has pretty much expired. Like, if it happens, cool, I'll cover. I'll be happy about it. But it's not going to be what it was a year, 2, 3 years ago. It's just not, because Amir Khan isn't the same fighter he was 2, 3 years ago. As far as Garcia Thurman, that'd be the fight, the winner of that'd be great too. But look, you got that fight still has to take place, and you're looking at, okay, that fight takes place. If it gets done, let's say a deal gets done a month after, then you're looking at probably a 4 to 5 month waiting period to fight Thurman Garcia. So that's still, gonna be that's gonna be some time. And then Pacquiao, I heard, might fight you in May. So you haven't fought since the Golovkin fight, which was September, and you're willing to go on this ridiculously long layoff just to not fight Errol Spence. Look, I love Kell Brook All right, I think he's a talented fighter. I still think he's the number one welterweight in the world if he decides to stay at welterweight, and I think he'll destroy people at 154 if he goes there. But we got to call a spade here on TSS. He is ducking Errol Spence. All right, I know business-wise, it's not the most attractive option, but it's still a very viable option because at the end of the day, he is your mandatory. So look, I know who Errol Spence is. A lot of people know who Errol Spence is. He did 6 million. I know a lot of it was because of the Olympic basketball game, but he did 6 million homes here in the U.S. You got to call for what it was. He did 6 million homes here in the U.S. So I think you should fight Errol Spence and stop, ducking him. And hold on, let me want charger. Crap, my charger. I think you should fight Errol Spence, and if he doesn't fight him and he moves 154, or he decides to fight.
It's right there.
What is it?
In between the speakers.
Oh, crap. If he decides to forego the Spence fight and not fight the mandatory, it's a duck. We got to call it for what it is, regardless of if I like Kell Brook or not. I think he's shown a lot of heart in the Golovkin fight. Step into the baddest, probably the most feared fighter in the whole sport. And he gave a great account of himself, and he was just outgunned and not outgunned, but like weight wise, it just wasn't the right move for him. But he still went up there and he gave a hell of a fight. So you give him his credit for that. I think Kell Brook is the man. But as far as not fighting his mandatory, he got so much flack for fighting his mandatories. If you guys can remember, people wanted to see the Khan fight. It wasn't happening. They wanted to see a ton of fights from this guy. He didn't fight. He fought Jojo Dan, Frankie Gavin. I remember covering those fights. So on TSS. So we'll see what happens, man. Right now, Kell Brook, you're being demoted to Kell Brock. All right, you're not Kell Brook. You're Kell Brock. Mayweather was calling him Kell Brock like he didn't know his name. We're calling him Kell Brock because right now I honestly believe with the way he's talking, with the way he's been acting, with the way Hearn's acting. I've seen Eddie Hearn interviews where he's not too happy or thrilled about the potential of him fighting Spence. So make it happen, man. Just make the fight happen. You're not gonna get the Khan fight. Khan's not gonna want to fight you. He's gonna lose. Pacquiao may or may not fight you, but don't wait for Pacquiao. Don't be like Amir. Don't wait for Pacquiao. Don't wait for that fight. Stay active. And then Thurman Garcia's got to happen in March. So you got to fight Spence, bro. There's no way around it. All right, fight your mandatory. That's all I'm gonna say, man. Leave your comments down below.